Good afternoon and welcome to Lunchtime News. You're with me, Sarah Fonseca. But before we head into our stories, first we'll take a look at your headlines.
Presidential Secretariat hands over previously undisclosed documents pertaining to the bond scam to the Speaker. Strike actions by water board and postal trade unions hamper public services. Guatemala volcano death toll rises to 69.
Into one of the leading stories now, Presidential Secretariat hands over previously undisclosed documents pertaining to the bond scam to the Speaker. Section C350 to C360 of the Bond Commission report, which had not been made public thus far, were handed over to the Speaker of Parliament, Karu Jayasuriya, by the Presidential Secretariat early today. Newsfirst parliamentary correspondent Sripal Vanyaraji said when Parliament convenes at 1 p.m. today, the Speaker intends to present the list of telephone conversations linked to the central bank bond scam and make further clarification. With that, we move on to more local news. Who received gratification from perpetual treasuries impugned in the central bank bond controversy? Here are several comments of politicians on the matter.
A problem that came in the recent past was that Arjun Aloysius has provided money to parliamentarians. This money does not belong to Arjun Aloysius. This belongs to the people. When you bribe the people representatives with the people's money, the representative will be under pressure. The ones who did not accept the bribes are also under pressure since these names do not come out. A question arises among all 225 parliamentarians as to who accepted these bribes, and I can say that I have not received a single rupee or received a single call from Arjun Aloysius. I cannot speak on behalf of others. We have asked that parliamentarians who accepted this money to be revealed. This is the right of the people's representative, but I can tell I have not accepted a single rupee nor spoken about it. I have not met with him, but with greater belief I can tell if they could give 1,160 million rupees to politicians, people will see how profit had been earned through this scam. There was a name list was issued last Friday with my name mentioned, saying Nishant Sri Varna Singh has accepted money from the subsidy of perpetual treasuries. Honestly, I felt bad once I saw my name on the list. Especially, this topic has been spoken about a lot. This tarnishes our political image. We see this as something that was created on the internet to distribute false information. I have decided to file a complaint with the Cyber Crimes Department of the CID.
A new Deputy Speaker of Parliament is due to be appointed today. The position of Deputy Speaker became vacant when SLFP MP Thilanga Sumutipala voted against the Prime Minister during the no-confidence motion and resigned from the government and the position of Deputy Speaker. Parliament will be officially informed of his resignation today. A senior member of Parliament said if more than one parliamentarian is nominated for the position of Deputy Speaker, a secret vote will be held. Parliament is due to convene at 1 this afternoon. With that, we move on to more local news. Today is the World Environment Day. Theme of this year's Environment Day is beating plastic pollution.
Issuing a release, President Maithripala Sirisena stated, "The human being as a cultural creature is considered more important than any other living creature because of their ability to conquer the environment. Although mankind forced itself to make changes in the environment to a certain extent to build the things essential for their survival, such as houses and roads, natural disasters that occur from time to time emphasize to us that as human beings, our boundaries should be known. At present, the environment has gone beyond its earlier depiction as a topic of natural beauty, and today is a major topic of global dialogue in the context of scientific structure. All prominent nations in the world have given priority to this vital topic and approach this subject with utmost concern as they have understood the profound truth that humans cannot survive by going against the environment. Various programs have been launched across the world to mark the World Environment Day with the aim of taking a decisive dialogue to the general public. I believe we as a country are step by step becoming part of the list of countries of natural disaster risk. Hence, it is essential to understand this message about the environment. I believe on the World Environment Day we can spread the message of environmental dialogue which compels humans to be satisfied with the development level that the environment could tolerate among the Sri Lankan community. Meanwhile, the Central Environmental Authority has announced the week starting from the 30th of May to today as the Environment Week. Speaking on the World Environment Day, President of the Central Environmental Authority said not only today, the entire year should be considered as the Environment Day.
This week's cabinet meeting was held at the Presidential Secretariat this morning. The meeting was chaired by President Maithripala Sirisena.
The discussion focused on the cabinet papers as usual. There were no issues. The chief incumbent Aero of Malwata has made a statement regarding the land in Knuckles. I brought this to the attention of the cabinet of ministers. The president as well as the cabinet said that a report be made regarding the matter. There were no issues.
The Postal and Telecommunication Officers Union says over 200,000 letters have piled up at the Central Mail Exchange. Our correspondent said that regional postal services have been disrupted by the strike action.
General Secretary of the Postal and Telecommunication Officers Union, H.M. Karyavasam, said letters have accumulated at all post offices island-wide to a point where their distribution is no longer possible. The trade union action was launched citing 7 demands, including the failure to permanently pay postmasters. He added the strike action will continue until midnight today. Postmaster Rohan Aberatna said the strike action has not affected postal services. Employees attached to the water supply sector in the Western Province are currently staging a demonstration opposite the Ministry of Planning and Water Supply in Colombo. Chairman of the Joint Alliance, Upali Ratnayaka, said they are protesting against the failure of authorities to meet their demands. He added their trade union action centering around salary discrepancies will continue. When Newsfirst inquired on the matter, General Manager of the National Water Supply and Drainage Board, D.U. Samarasekara, said discussions on the employees' issues are ongoing. Meanwhile, the Ceylon Electricity Board Engineers Union says they will continue the work to rule trade union action over the failure of authorities to implement a long-term power generation plan.
A couple has been arrested for allegedly operating a cannabis racket in form of a banana cultivation. The raid was carried out by the Ambalangoda police based on a tip-off received. Police have destroyed a ganja cultivation and has taken 5 kg worth dry cannabis to their custody. The suspects will be produced before the Hambantota Magistrate Court today. An event to award certificates to the students graduating from the Ratmalana Lalit Atulat Mudali Vocational Training Centre was held at the Maharagama Youth Centre.
The event was held under the auspices of State Minister Dr. Harsha De Silva. The developing countries are developing rapidly. The basket of exports goods has now become complex. We still export old goods. We need to send clothing items that we started in the 80s and the 90s.
Now, a blood donation camp was held with the participation of staff members of the President's residence. This is the first time the blood donation camp is being organized. Members of the Presidential Security Division as well as staff members participated in the camp. This is a wrap of lunchtime news for the day. More news follows on our website www.newsfirst.lk. I'm Sarah Fonseca for the Newsfirst team. Do join us again on our afternoon 55s for the very latest.